Check, check. Hey, I'm not psychic or anything like that. I mean, I'm not, I don't, I am a spiritual person, and I've got certified. I've been doing Reiki since I was like 20 years old back in the day, so I do feel energy and things. But yesterday I made that post where I was talking about something doesn't feel right in the air. I mean, it's just weird. I was out. I went to the store and I had a couple of errands to run. And it just something did not feel right. So we all know. And then I was talking about these economic experts. We are overbought. There's inflated prices worked into both markets, stock market and cryptocurrency market. And so I didn't know when a crash was going to come. I had no idea. But here we are, people. Here we are. Why did things crash yesterday? Now listen to this. Okay, most of the downturn yesterday was because of forced liquidations. That's why I talk about on this channel. Do not invest on margin, people. I've tried it before and it didn't work out for me. Okay, we always want to think, man, I got the next big run up. I know the next big thing that's going to move up, so I'm going to borrow some money and drop it in there. It never works out. It never works out. I mean, I'm sure there's some people out there that have stories to where it did work, but man, you got to be very experienced and really have it advanced TA under your belt as well as some fundamentals. So you got to be an insider to make some of this stuff work. So, $19 billion sell off yesterday in the cryptocurrency market. Whoa. Okay. Now, 16.8 of that was forced liquidations. That means there wasn't people sitting there clicking sell. It happened so quick. Okay. And it's very scary that a tweet or a post or whatever from one person in the world created a crash. Okay, and we all know that was the president. And I agree with what he's doing, man. We can't. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I do know a couple people. They're native Chinese, and I consider them friends. China is our enemy. China is our enemy. So we've got to just clear that right now. So we're putting tariffs on China, 100%. But it's scary that one person can make a comment and markets get affected like that. That's why you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. I talk about we got to be in a situation now. The goal to investing is to buy low and sell high. Do not sell. Do not sell if things dumped and go beyond where you got in at. Just that's why you shouldn't have money in the cryptocurrency market that your life depends on it. It doesn't matter. See, for me, I've seen this so many times to where my portfolio just dips down. By the way, I got lucky. I didn't, my stock portfolio only dropped like 2.5%. Crypto, a little bit more than that, probably around 10 to 15, not 15, it was about like 11. So I'm not even worried about it because I've seen this before. We got to just stay stoic. That money just it's not there until it's in your pocket. So don't even worry about it. Okay, now, guess what? Did you sell yesterday or did you do something else? Okay, because I look at this as an opportunity. I saw these huge wicks. This is an opportunity that things are on sale because we haven't hit the crypto winter yet. That has not hit yet. And we'll know when that happens. So let's just take a look at it. So now there's so much speculation around shorts being placed before this announcement. Okay, so in the stock market, there's speculations that a lot of shorts were put in place, meaning there's insiders that kind of help cause this crash. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to go down in history. Yesterday was one of the three biggest crashes all in your lifetime. Trust me. Um, the Great Depression was only like a 26 or so percent crash. We saw a 30% crash yesterday in a lot of the areas in the cryptocurrency market. So it's crazy, but look, we have thick skin. We've seen this before. We don't care. So I want to show some of these things here. Just let's look at our charts because the TA is important. Now, I mean, God dang it, dude. Look at this. Look at it. Okay, this is Bitcoin. I look at this as entertaining. Okay, this massive candle. And so let's learn from this, people. If you're in a project, it's a good idea to put in a limit order at the bottom because you couldn't be sitting here. See that wick right there? You couldn't sit here and be clicking buttons and get filled on this huge wick. It has to be an automatic limit order that you put in. I only use in the cryptocurrency, I do use market orders because I want to get filled right away. But in the stock market, I put only use limit orders. Okay. But so long term, I actually did not have a limit order anywhere on my crypto. In future, when we things go back up, I might think about putting limit orders in on my support levels or my entry position and below. If you believe in the project and you want to do, double up on the turnaround because it's going to turn around. Just know that. So, all right. So, I got onto a blog yesterday where there were people talking about this stuff, and I got to tell you, emotions are running high. I listen to people turn on each other and really start arguments with between friends on certain economic conditions and things. It was kind of depressing. Just, I'm lucky because I've learned I have this certain mentality to where when things are bad and things get very negative, I perform my best. And I think that comes from it takes practice to have that mindset. I was a high school teacher for 22 years in the public education system, and I got to tell you, I worked with at-risk youth. There's a lot of people don't like that language. Uh, I don't like it either, to be honest with you, because we're all humans on this planet together. I used to work with gangbangers. Um, a lot of we talk about you know the white kids that were underprivileged more. There in my area, trust me, there's a lot more poverty within the white community in a lot of these areas than not, and it was just sad. But things get very volatile within that public education system to where you cannot survive in that environment that I was in. It's dangerous. Okay. And so when things got goofy, I was a dean of students for 5 years, for God's sakes. Then I became an interim principal. Trust me, that level of stress, people, you don't want to have anything to do with that. Yes, this is stressful when your portfolios are down by it, but when you're dealing with humans on that level of abuse and neglect and gangs and these kind of things, I've been conditioned for negativity. I was also a high level college athlete. I mean that helps as well. So anyway, whatever your past is, it doesn't matter. But just learn to expect these kind of situations. Now, um, that's Bitcoin. Look, we're bouncing back. The candle is red today, but I'm telling you, just be patient. Just be holy. Dude, look at this XRP. Okay, here's XRP. This thing dipped down to $1.73. Could any of you have predicted that XRP was going to drop down to $1.73? I couldn't. I would bet my bottom dollar that would not happen. Now, no, so it's different for everyone. I don't. It doesn't matter for me. If you can see that I got in, I down here. Okay, I got lucky around 44 cents is where I got into XRP. So when these catastrophic things happen, it's not part of my plan to panic and get out. Now, if this was hovering below $2, now we have a different discussion. For me personally, it's personal for everybody. Okay, anything that you buy, have a plan to know where your bottom number is that you're going to sell. Now, I've seen this happen so many times that I know this is going to come back. This is, look, we're already at $2.40. If you would have had a buy order or limit order down here around this $1.75, look at this. 25, dude, 75 cent increase. You could have just, and I actually know a couple of people that did that. They got filled down here and they're back up. They made some 75 cents, huge percentage. That's like a 40% jump up. So congratulations. These are opportunities. Opportunity. Here's Ethereum. I mean, look at this, man. That wick went down to about 30. Oh my goodness, below 3,500 bucks. Okay. So depending on where you get into Ethereum, now Ethereum I got in a little higher. I use Ethereum. We use Ethereum all the time to buy and sell and do transactions across the exchanges. And so I've always had this Ethereum in my bag somewhere. But man, this is a pretty good sale price right here, in my opinion, because I think Ethereum's going to 7 or 8 thousand. So if you want to double your money, see, I'm kind of thinking out loud right now. This could be double your money scenario. Okay, Solana, not as huge as a move, but it was big, no doubt about it. These wicks, it's just suspect how these wicks just shoot down like this. This is partly, this is the unethical piece of this institutional finance game. Why do they all have that big wick? I'll tell you why. Because there's margin calls all along this wick that get called. So again, this 19 to 20 billion dollars of liquid sales was mostly because of these liquidations that were automatic from margin calls. Okay, so the volatility shakes out weak hands, ladies and gentlemen, and it also sets up the next big run. That's a message I want to bring out today. Um, just take note that you are a part of the top three flush out of all time in the finance in your lifetime. This is one of the top three. So I actually like it. It's kind of fun being a part of that because this is historic history that I'm going to remember and I'm going to document here. This is very similar to the COVID crash, ladies and gentlemen. Remember when COVID hit? I mean that rocked humankind. We went into this crazy conundrum. I was involved in a commercial real estate deal at that time, and when COVID hit, it was over. I put $100,000 in with contractually agreements up to $325,000. It was horrible. It was depressing. But what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? So that's my message today. I don't want to show you that one. That's my moon bag pump one. So my message today, people, is what are you gonna do? You're gonna stress. You're gonna make this thing just you're not gonna live to see tomorrow, or are you gonna just go business as usual? Okay. Now I'm gonna go take my dog for a walk. I might cruise up to the lake for the sunset and just you know organize my garage a little, get my workshop a little bit right. Just do things that take your mind off stress, and the nighttime will come. You'll go to sleep, wake up the next day. Try to do something fun. Try to do something that makes you smile, that takes your day off, away from the stress and what have you. So that is the message. Thanks for joining in, everybody. I really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you would, please. I'm going to keep rocking on this thing. We're going to day by day look at how this goes. I'm going to share some moves with me. I'll let you know when I take. But so we're down. Don't sell, everybody. Let's ride this thing out. Let it ride out. We're going to see where the cards lie and go from there. All right. Thanks for your time. Crypto Hop signing off, and don't get scammed. Okay, I did a video yesterday on getting scammed. I'll do some more details on that when we get time. All right, Crypto Hop signing off. Peace out.